The good news is that hope can be taught. We know this process. We'll talk about it in just a little bit deeper, but we know these strategies. We've actually developed strategies that I can show a statistically significant improvement in a child or adult in about 1 hour of hope work, that we can introduce these strategies in a very short amount of time, right? And so the process itself is well established. It starts with the goal setting process, listing and discussing potential pathways, identifying sources of motivation, helping children identify obstacles and begin to find strategies to solve those barriers. And then ultimately we advocate creating a hope visual or a gallery of hope. And I can talk more about that in the future. This is a pretty high trauma group of kids that I study, about 2,000 youth who have been exposed to domestic violence. Average age of these kids is 10 years old. It is a 1-week camp run for these children. By the way, the camp is run by 18, 19, and 20-year-old camp counselors. It is not a therapeutic camp. It is a hope-centered camp. So the curriculum is built on hope. And we measure hope 30 days before the last day of camp and 30 days after. And so what you see is a statistically significant increase in a child's hope scores from before this intervention to the last day of the intervention, and the hope scores remain. Now here's the good news, is a 2-point increase in a child's hope scores. So look at pre-test to post-test, 2-point increase in a child's hope scores predicts a letter grade change in the classroom. Improving a child's hope will improve their behaviors at school. I do want to give a shout out to Enid Public Schools, who is building this hope-centered school process. And we are building toolkits with them. The big news is that we've created a Hope Navigator training program where Hope Navigators will become the school's local experts on hope to work with teachers, counselors, principals to help build a culture of hope. So just taking a deeper dive training in this. What we've learned in other research is that schools where children have higher hope scores have significantly lower chronic absences, better grades, better graduation rates, better attendance, I think I said. And by the way, a child's hope score is a better predictor of first-year college performance than the SAT, ACT, or high school GPA. So again, nurturing hope benefits a child's life. I'm going to just show a couple slides and then I'm going to rush on so that Carl can talk and we'll have a little bit of time for Q&A. But I want to show you what we found on hope and its impact on teachers, counselors, and staff at schools. First of all, we found that hope was a better predictor of staff well-being than resilience. In fact, resilience lost its significance as a predictor. Hope is a better predictor than resilience of well-being. We also see that hope, by the way, POS doesn't mean what you think it means. It's perceived organizational support. But we see that hope is a significant buffer to burnout, which then reduces turnover. So hope is a significant predictor of both burnout reduction and reducing turnover. When we look at goal attainment, individual hope and burnout are significant predictors. But when we look at school burnout, the significant predictor becomes collective hope. And so that's what we're doing at Enid Public Schools, is how to build a culture of hope in a school. So this is my final slide, and I'll turn it over to my colleague, Carl, but I like to finish with this quote at the very top, and it's the idea that at the heart of change is our ability to understand the way things are right now in my life, and that I can begin to imagine the way things could be. That is the essence of our capacity to hope that the future will be better, and I have the power to make it so.